What's going on, guys? We are drilling out the holes because I didn't actually get around to it last night. Because it got late real quick. Good news is though, is the cement has set. It's not the prettiest because it was only just to kind of hold it in there, and it is holding it in quite well. I'm going to drill the rest of these holes, and then I will arrow dye, or why do I say arrow dye? Chem set? Same stuff, whatever it is. The bolts into the wall, and I'll show you what I mean. So when you're doing stuff like this, and you've got a super long drill bit, a good tip is to tape the ends to mark your depth. You can get other methods of marking it, but this is the cheapest way to do it and the easiest way to do it. Just grab some tape, wrap it around, and you got yourself a depth marker. So all these front holes are drilled. This is the stuff that I was talking about. It's a 2-part mixy thingy. So there's 2 different tubes inside here. When it mixes through, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video. There's little mixing parts. It's like a thread in there, it crosses over, so it mixes the 2 pieces together. I think you can kind of see it at the bottom of that. It's the black shadows. It mixes the 2 ingredients together, and then it sets like concrete. So that is perfect for sinking stuff into walls and making sure it doesn't come out again. So I'm gonna put these last 4 in here, and then drill the tops for the insides. The inside ones aren't that important. They were just there because I like to overthink things. So, yeah. All right, let's do this. So I got all the bolts in. There's 2 on the inside up there, in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down that side, and 5 down this side as well. So that should be more than enough. The stuff that I use to put them in there says that it's a 7-minute dry time and a 40-minute load time, meaning that it dries in 7 minutes. But the whatever it's rated for, I don't know. It's rated for quite a bit. It's surprising how well this stuff works. But yeah, don't put the full load on it till 40 minutes. But it comes out this grey colour. If you do use this stuff, make sure you pump it first and watch a little bit come out, because sometimes it doesn't mix properly. I had this problem when I did the big bolts in the last bit of angle up the top there, that the first little bit of it was just white. This one comes out grey. I think most of them are grey. I'm pretty sure Chem Set comes out white and black, and then once it's mixed properly, it comes out grey. They might add dye to make sure that you're getting an appropriate mix. I guess that would make sense. I don't know how it works though, but yeah, it dries pretty quickly and it dries super hard. So I put a little bit on here to see how hard this stuff dries. I'll show you if it snaps. And I stuck these 2 bits of limestone together, and we'll see how well that holds, because this stuff works pretty well. I patched a couple of these holes here with it, and then I'll just give these a light sand over. We did weld most of the holes, like there's a couple up there. The other 3 are over here. All through that top beam there, I welded all of them up. And then once it's in there, I've got to give it a light sand, primer it, and then paint it. But I don't know what color I want to paint it, so yeah. All right, well, we're gonna wait for this to dry, and then we'll see what we're doing after. So I went and got some 14 mil blue metal rock stuff. They're like, it's like $5 a bag from Bunnings or something, but it was $45 for a scoop, which is this. I feel like this is gonna be way more than, like, it'll be way cheaper. It ended up being $45 for this, or $60 for the exact right amount of stuff that we needed to do a mix. So as long as this is enough, then it works out to be cheaper not to buy it in bags, which you think it would be way cheaper to buy in bags. I'm just thinking out loud. Right, I brought this. This is probably going to be enough to do some mixes of concrete, some soak wells, because it's the same stuff used for drainage in the bottom of soak wells. And that's a lot. Like, that's actually a lot. Now all I got to do is cart all that stone to the backyard, put it somewhere, realize that I got way too much, and then have to move it again later on anyway. Let's go do it. It's been long enough. I'm going to try and tighten these up, and I'm going to do it on video because, I mean, who doesn't love seeing somebody's dreams absolutely crushed when things don't work out well? So, by my calculations, there should be enough in there for me to tighten this and not have it come out the wall. Look at that. Look, that made me happy. Although, would have made for a sick clickbaity title. Look, they don't need to be super duper duper tight, so we'll just tighten them up to tight enough, and then that should be good enough. Only 3. Oh, and then the ones up the top there. The ones up the top there don't need to be done up that tight because they're probably not actually doing anything at all. Oh wow, this is pulling the frame into the wall. I was not expecting that. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. Oh well, we'll leave it there. It's actually strong enough to pull this metal frame in. Whatever, that'll be fine. I'll tighten up this last one, and that this frame is basically never ever moving again. This thing will outlive me now, so yeah. Yeah, unfortunately it pulled the frame out on this one, so this one needs to be shaved a little bit because all of these are pretty flush. I'm not really digging the look of it, but I got over thinking about how to make it look nicer, and I've just decided to go ahead and do it. And later on I can come around and maybe put a cover over it or something like that. So alright, I'm gonna go tighten up these top ones, and then I gotta start moving all that rock. Not looking forward to that. So I got the giant stack of rocks out here. I feel like it would be way more. So the price was for 12 bags of 20, so 12 bags of 20 kilo bags of this stuff was $60, or it was one scoop from this place. I don't know how much is there, but when I use it to mix some stuff up, I might measure some of it out and see how much different it actually is buying it like that. Obviously bags are easier because they're already measured out, you just chuck them in, but I'm going to use some of this for the soak wells as well, so whatever's left over is left over. I might actually line some of the outdoor enclosures with it as a barrier that they can't dig through, but I don't know whether or not this will do too much, so I have to put more thought into that. So let's go and feed some reptiles, and then I gotta go clean up and go out for dinner. Before I go in, I forgot about the, I should have made a little hook out of it and then seen how much we could hang off of it. But this is the glue stuff, and like, it sets hard. Like that to break it, it just snaps. So it's pretty good. And it's working because they're all super tight and they're not pulling out the wall. So it's about time. Well, I mean, I may as well leave it for now, but I reckon I'd get away with taking out this strap now, but just in case, I'll leave it in because I'm not ready to do the cementing. I was supposed to get the aggregate and the sand today, and then go get a couple more bags of general purpose cement and mix it up, but I didn't find anything to do the form work with, because I worked it out that filling that hole up with just cement was actually going to cost a fair bit. So yeah, it seems a bit silly just to waste it where it's not needed. So I gotta I gotta plan it out a little bit better. So I will cement right up to that. I'll cement right up to that slab there, and bring it flat all the way out to about there-ish, sort of around here. And hopefully I can finish it off nice so it doesn't look silly. So they've been super mellow on their feeding, but I'm gonna start off with a dock with the angry girl. I call her that just because she's super grumpy all the time, but she's alright. She makes up with the fact that she's very pretty. Look, I don't like feeding docks, but they're cheap and they're spot fillers. There's not too much in them, so it's not something that you want to be feeding as a full diet, but it's always good to change things up every now and then. I would be the worst, what are they called, people that operate on people? Doctors, nurses, operators. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Surgeons, that's the one. I'd be the worst surgeon ever. My hands are so shaky all the time now. It's terrible. Unfortunately for Fatso, Mac's not going to eat because he's mid-shed, but if I have any leftovers, I'll see if he wants to try anything. The big girl, Fatso, and these two, their rats are defrosting still because they didn't fit in the jar, and I put them in the sink and the plug leaks, so unfortunately they will have to wait, but we can feed the stimmies while we're here. We'll see if the rats are defrosted by then.
I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming.
Unfortunately, that girl has never taken off the tongs for me, but as you can see, leave it in there, she happily goes and eats it. So, whatever. It works, it works. I don't know about this dude. This is the other ripping wormer. He stayed in this container when I put him in with a female to see if he would do it, but he stayed in this container. I moved the container in here, the hot spot's over there, he moves over there. He doesn't want a bar of anything and he's not coming out. I don't know what's going on there. I guess he's not getting fed. I'll feed her another dock. I'll try and feed Mac a dock. She's probably not going to eat. There's 3 rats, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I was hoping she was going to take a rat, but that's alright. Alright, let's see if Mac will eat.
I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming.
So unfortunately the rats aren't defrosted, so I'm gonna wrap this video up here. She got 2 docks and a mouse. I'm just leaving it in there. And I put another dock in with the girl up there. And hopefully she will find that one. So yeah, not a very exciting day, but it's starting to get super different here. We're getting somewhere with this. We just need to finish the rest of it, pull it all out, redo all the wiring for it, and then there'll be lights just in those middle ones there, and there'll be big enclosures. So, it'll look good. Now that we've got this in, I am gonna need some ideas on what to call this thing. It needs to be a cool name, and don't be offended if I don't pick your name. Like, look, any suggestion's a good suggestion. I'm just very picky, and it's something that'll probably stay for a while. If this gets any bigger, then the name's got to stay with it. But the name will be going up the top here in this gap there. With some other design or something. Maybe a bit of perspex with some lights behind it so it looks kind of cool. Originally I wanted to go with the vault, but I don't know whether or not that's appropriate for a mini zoo, a reptile room, an animal room, an aquarium room. I don't know, I need some ideas. So if you guys have any ideas, comment them below. That'd be sweet. Thanks for your help. But I'm gonna leave it here. It's been a long day. Unfortunately, I got a lot done, but not a lot done to that. So I had to go to the tip and do a few runs and pick up the rocks, and yeah, I still got lots to do everywhere. Alright guys, take it easy, stay awesome, and remember, you can't fail if you try. See ya.